Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When we look at life at the moment, it becomes more and more technological, industrial, and we can see that the health and the well-being of ourselves and our planet remains grounded in the natural and the spiritual sense. And that's how it should be. But we are seeing, and if you notice with your eyes, the disease trends, which is surprising. Heart disease, stroke is rising, infertility, allergies are rising, diagnosis of hay fever, asthma, eczema, depression, arthritis, digestive problems, mental illness. So there's two ways of understanding these problems that is increasing dramatically in society. One is this reductionist industrial approach, which is, and we're focusing on health and well-being, which is where most attention tends to be, which totally disregards the natural medicine traditions of the world and starts afresh through laboratory experimentation. And exactly we're seeing that with this present day COVID. This holistic natural approach to health, which takes into account thousands of years of wisdom across faith traditions and of course Al-Islam, the guidance and this empirical observations, and continues to build and expand using new methods and discoveries. So it's important to recognize that the silent pandemics, what are the silent pandemics? These are modern lifestyle diseases that everybody's ignoring. And these silent pandemics, that I call them, they are leaving billions, not millions, billions of people, our brothers and sisters, whether they are Muslim or non-Muslim, all around the world in need of care and healing. And there's four reasons why we are experiencing these problems. And this is the key, inshallah ta'ala, to health and well-being. Number one is the loss of hikmah. Hikmah is the wisdom. If we study our ulama of the past, they were hakims. They understood not just the herbal medicine, but complementary medicine, but they were scholars, they were ulama. But they and the great ulama of the past used the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, but predominantly the right hemisphere. So whether they were studying plants, they were studying architecture, they were studying the Quran, they were studying the stars, nature, they were seeing everything as relationships. And everybody talks about now Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, subhanallah. And he's coming back into the spotlight because he was a great polymath. But the great polymaths of the past were from the Islamic world. And we've lost this now. The polymath is that person, individual, that studies a number of subjects. They may be related, they may not be related. And that's frowned upon in today's terms because it's controlled by this left hemisphere approach. And this explains to you that previously, we go back beyond the 16th and 17th century, that the ulama, the scholars, the hakims, that's how, and they were the scientists, that's how they reflected and they studied, by connecting everything, by seeing everything as in relationships. So this loss of hikmah, this wisdom, this sacred worldview, and Number two, this disconnection from the fitra, from the natural world. We're living in an artificial and an imbalance, and we're living in extreme lifestyles. Diet promoted by commercialism and really base desires. And number three is the lack of the mizaj, the temperament framework. So we're based on the four elements. But today it's industrial, one-size-fits-all approach to health and well-being with little individuality. Marginalization, which is number four, of nature's treasure. Emphasis now on artificial symptom relieving drugs over natural healing foods and medicine. Look how we're cutting down the tropical rainforest. In there, inshallah ta'ala, are the cures for humanity. So inshallah ta'ala, through everything that Heart C is doing, this practical movement, it's even trying to find solutions in our health and well-being, because through off-grid living, through the permaculture, through the social permaculture, through the internal hijra approach, inshallah ta'ala, we will be fixing our health and our well-being as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.